So I came out this morning to check on the dogs, and there was only one of them in the pen. Luckily, Luna did come when she was called, but I have since worked with her on the leash. I've been watching the videos by a guy named Will Atherton, I think is his name. He's a UK-based guy, dog behaviorist, and a couple of things I've really learned from him that I didn't know from all the years of dog training that I've had with Labrador Retrievers, which is a whole different animal. She does not engage. Spike engages. He's already had some training, and he is food motivated. She is not food motivated. She'll take treats, but she wants to be roaming around. She wants to be out of the pen. And the thing is, until I can get some measure of training, I can't let him out of the pen. So I put a leash on her, which took me about 5 minutes, and she was very good at just standing still because her fur is so thick and the loop on her collar is so small, I can hardly find it. But here she keeps doing this. Okay, off. Off. Good girl, good girl. So she seems to respond more to praise than to treats. Off, off. Good girl, good girl. So literally every time she gets up on the fence, I'm trying to teach her not to do that because it's a flimsy fence. It's designed for piglets. It's not designed for 100-pound dogs. But I found them, and I wasn't really structurally ready for them, but they were available, and they seemed like a good match for my skill level. Because I did not want a Great Pyrenees, which all the sheep people around here call Disapyrenees. I wanted something that was a little more trainable. And she's pretty good. And I did work with her on the leash for a little bit once I got it on. And it's real simple right now. I think I probably just need to stand here all day, and every time she jumps up on the fence, go off and push her down and praise her. That seems to be working. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? And Spike loves being touched and rubbed. So we had a nice cuddle session. Not a smothering cuddle session, but he rolled over on his back. Off. Good girl. Good girl. So I don't know if this is an exciting video, but it's at least documenting what I'm trying to learn. Because I need them to be able to walk off. Off. Good girl. Good girl. Very good girl. I need them to be able to walk from here to the car. I need to be able to have them on leash and not have them pull my arms out of the socket. And I haven't even had a chance to work with Spike alone because I thought she was the one that needed the most work. So I worked with him in the pen. And it's just a question of, okay, am I going to stand out here in the cold? Yeah, I'm going to stand out here in the cold and just work with her. And that's 3 minutes of not very exciting. Off. Good girl. And I'm trying to remember to pitch my voice down. Like I mean it, not off, but off, right? That's my training. It's been a long time since I've worked with dogs. So it's just going to go for a while. So Spike just buried a piece of his rawhide bone in a hole, and he's filling it in. I've never had dogs that do that. That's pretty cool. So I'm still working on Luna here. She can climb the fence. I mean, she literally can climb the fence. And I don't know if I need to set up a single wire in here and charge it. I think that might be my solution. If I put a single wire on the top of a stepping post, it would come up above, and they would get a taste of a little shock. But it has to be, I think, outside the fence. Just has to be so when they put their face over, boom, shock. because I've got to find what will keep them in. That is really important. I mean, this is a life and death situation here. These animals need to know what is expected of them and how to do that. So do I have, I don't know if oh, I do. I have plenty of stuff in post. I just got to steal it from the pig place. But can I do that? Can I do that and get it charged? I got the wire right there. I can hook it up in about 20 minutes. All right, now I'm trying to figure this out. Good boy, good girl. That's what we want. Just settle. Just settle. See if she'll get up again. Good girl. That's a good girl. Very good girl. She really does enjoy being told she's a good girl. Let's see if she'll do it again. Off. Luna, off. Good girl. I am getting cold. I'm not dressed for this. I came out in a hurry. Let's see what he'll do with this bone. I mean, that was the first thing I noticed at where I got them, is that I think they had a cattle fence, not a hog panel. And they were just climbing up on it to say hello to the owner, which is fine, but I don't want them climbing up on my electric netting without knowing. They just rip it to shreds. Luna, off. Good girl. Good girl. I'm going to have to stand here for quite a while till she gets the idea. I thought that I actually could give them a command for up, but I don't think that's... I just want to extinguish this behavior. And this is why a lot of dogs are very poorly trained, because it takes time. I don't have time to do this. I have 12 other things I should be doing. But this is the most important thing. It's a good girl. Very good girl. Yes. Yes. Praise and affection seem to work very well with this breed. But she is still very distracted. She's not paying much attention to me at all. Yeah. Luna. See, like I said her name. Luna. Oh, that's what we want. Yes. But she's not motivated by the treats. She didn't eat her breakfast or her food. Spike's a whole different story. He is very motivated by food. She might be missing her owner. She might be feeling lonely. I'm just trying to reinforce when she's doing good stuff. There you go. Good girl. And I'm getting chilly. I need more layers if I'm going to just stand out here. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Yes. Just standing nicely. That's what I want. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Off. Good girl. I've tried getting her to sit, but she does not sit. And I gotta focus on the simple things, the priorities. I came out, she was not in the pen, she'd escaped. And I can't have an untrained dog wandering around. She could get hit. She could go down the street and mess with my neighbor's dogs. Like, that is of prime concern. I don't know how to keep her in here now unless she gets the idea that getting up is not good. So I'm going to turn this off. Hopefully sneak in. So I've been watching them out this little window here. I came in. Oh, she's up. Luna, off. Firm but gentle. Off. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. She did it. You did it. That's a good girl. And you're a good boy too. So let's see if we can reward quickly. There you go. There you go. Good boy and girl. So I went in, but I kept watching out the window, and then they didn't jump. She didn't jump. You guys can play now. Go ahead and play. Go play. Go play. She didn't jump, so I came out and praised her. And then Spike came over and he started to jump, and I said, and he backed off. So they're getting it. But it's like, that's it today. And somehow I've got to keep him in there long enough for me to set up a maybe 2 wires around, because it's time for them to learn about hot wire. And we'll go then from the hot wire to the netting. I'll put hot wire inside the netting over at the sheep, next to the sheep. So then we'll train them in that area, hopefully in a couple of days or by the weekend. I don't know. This is pretty intense, because for the health of the sheep, for the health of the dogs, for the health of my for the other dogs on the farm, I have to do this. This is the most important work I've ever done. Like, it is so crucial. Hold on, here she goes again. Setting up some hot wire for them inside their pen. But look, I had to get them out of the pen so I could work, right? And they are just sitting or lying very nicely. Very, very nice. Good dog. Good girl. Good boy. Trying to always connect something positive with when they're doing it right. It's so much easier to video these white dogs against the white background than it is the black pigs. Anyway, so they have been very good. You have been very good, yes. And their enclosure is now live. It's hot. So I'm going to take them in there one at a time, and then I'm going to let them loose. Yeah, good boy, good girl. I'm going to let them loose, and then I'm going to videotape them. I'm going to sit out here and watch and make sure they're okay, that they don't get tangled in it and traumatized. I think she said they had experience with hot wire or electric fence or netting or something. I don't remember exactly, but they're ready to have a lesson. You guys okay? Okay. I'm hoping it's live. I didn't test it, but he just touched it, but he didn't quite get his nose on it. What is this in my face? It's a string from my head. Somebody's got to touch it. Oh, I gotta move the water. Watch out, baby. Watch out. Move this water. Right now. Good girl. This thing is annoying me. I can't grab it. I want somebody to touch the wire. Hey, Luna, come here. Let me take your leash off. Come here. Come here. So good girl. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, I don't want to be near them if they get a shock. Hey, hey. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. You want a treat? Give me a treat. It takes too long to get into my pocket. There we go. Good boy. Luna, Luna, come. Good girl. All right, so now They're not, they haven't, eh, eh, eh. Good girl, leave that alone. Watch out. Oh yeah, that one chewing on the leash. Okay. So, I hooked the wire up. Hopefully, I don't have a bad connection somewhere. And I don't have the tester in my pocket like I normally do. The thing is, I gotta stop them thinking they can climb out of here. That's for their protection and my protection. And this is not a very exciting video. They seem like they're not even testing it. He's gonna test it. I want this to be hot and I don't want to test it myself. Oh boy, because if it's not hot, they'll just chew on it. And that will be very detrimental. I think he's buried some of his bones. Good girl. I have no idea what time it is. I'm hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet. But sometimes you got to just do what needs to be done. I was just thinking, like, it's not a situation of, oh, I'll clean the house and then I'll do this. No. Or I was thinking I should do a whole episode on why farms are so sloppy, like working farms, is because certain things have to be done and they take priority over everything else, including neatness. Yes, you're a good girl. And you need a little, a little trim. You got some snags. All right, well, I've got to get my tester, so we'll see. All right, so I can't see the tester. It's this cheap, crappy thing, and in this light, I can't see it's like it makes a little flash. But he touched it, and he got a lesson. Careful. Watch out. See, his fur is insulating him, so I don't want him to break it, right? They have had some experience with this, so the fence is on. I think I can go have breakfast, knowing that if they try to climb up on that fence, they're gonna get a shock. So the idea that I'm working on here is, if I get them trained to the single wire, or 3 or 4 single wires, which is what I've done here, then I can use the netting as a backup, and they will, if I put a single wire inside, and then the netting is live also, they won't break through the netting, and they will recognize eventually that any fence is going to be hot, and they don't touch it, they don't cross it. That's the goal. That's the most important lesson I can teach them. If I do no other training, that's the most important thing, because I can't have them wandering around. I can't have them getting out. And so we had one little test, and the fence is definitely hot. I heard a yelp, so I've done my job. I'm gonna go have breakfast. All right, so this is the morning of day 3, and I looked out the window and Luna was on the fence again. She had broken the corner wire, so I had only one gate, and the problem is they are so insulated. They're so insulated with their fur. So now I've put 3 gates up. I did work with them and exercise them, so I have a lot more video coming as I learn how to do this, so hopefully you'll check back. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please leave a comment below, and please be kind, because I am learning just like they're learning, and I'm gonna make mistakes. And the reality is, I've discovered my decision today is I gotta get them out to the field as soon as possible. And right now my car is frozen shut, so I can't even open the doors. but I'm gonna take them over to the field. I'm gonna pound a couple of T-posts in the middle of their field so I can take them on lead, put the leads on the T-posts, then I can electrify the fence, close the gate, and then see how, then release them, see how that goes. I don't know, the consequences of failure are pretty big at this point, so I've got to manage my own anxiety about this, my own concerns, and they're not eating their food. They don't like it. They like the treats, they don't like the food, so that's a whole other issue. So thanks for watching. Sorry this is so long, and I don't have time to edit it tight and all that fancy stuff. So this is a real farm. I'm working with on real problems, so hopefully you guys can support this energy and give me a thumbs up, give me a comment below, subscribe, share, blah blah blah, all that stuff. But I'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, grooviness. Over and out. Boom.